Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really cutting through the noise. We're aiming for a shortcut to being well informed on something vital: 10 paths to mental well being. Our mission for you is pulling out those actionable, maybe surprising insights from the source material. All about managing stress, lifting your mood, finding that emotional balance.
Exactly. And in today's world, there's just so much information, right? It's easy to get a bit lost. So what we've tried to do is distill these 10 paths, make them clear, effective strategies. They're really rooted in foundational daily habits, things you can actually do, not just ideas, but concrete steps to, well, empower your well-being.
Okay, fantastic. Let's dive into these paths then. Our sources kick off with something that sounds simple, but wow, it's often underestimated: prioritizing sleep. We're talking like a solid 7 to 9 hours, consistently. What really stood out wasn't just the hours, though. It was the regular schedule, and definitely avoiding screens and caffeine before bed. That seems crucial.
Absolutely crucial.
Then they're staying physically active. It's not just about fitness, is it? The sources say even a brisk 20-minute walk daily, that can seriously boost mood, reduce anxiety, like hitting a mental reset button.
It really can.
And the third physical foundation: eating balanced meals. Thinking whole foods here: fruits, veggies, protein, whole grains. Hydration's big too. And, really trying to limit the processed stuff and sugar.
Right. And what's so interesting is how these physical things, they aren't just sort of supportive. They directly drive mental well-being, brain function even. Good sleep. It regulates mood, decisions, everything. That walk, it's not just endorphins. It can actually interrupt negative thought loops, lower cortisol. And food literally fuels your brain chemicals, your neurotransmitters.
Wow. Okay, so they're really the bedrock.
They really are. The absolute prerequisite for the deeper stuff.
Oh.
So once that groundwork is laid, where do the sources point next for like inner strength?
Good question. Yeah, prerequisites. I like that framing. So after that physical base, the sources dive into more internal practices, starting with mindfulness or meditation. And it's not about, emptying your mind completely. More about cultivating present awareness. Things like deep breathing, guided meditation, yoga. They even mention apps like Headspace or Calm as good starting points.
Helpful tools, yeah.
Then there's connecting with others. This was interesting. We know social support matters, but the sources highlighted even brief positive interactions like chatting with a barista, calling a friend quickly. Apparently, that significantly boosts happiness and resilience. It's not just about having a huge network.
That's a key insight. Quality over just quantity, perhaps. Which leads nicely into managing our energy, doesn't it? The sources really emphasize learning to say no, which isn't about being unhelpful, right? It's about protective boundaries for your time, your mental space. And let's face it, that can feel awkward at first.
Oh, definitely. It's a skill.
It really is. Like, it isn't rude. It's just self-preservation almost.
Yeah.
And hand in hand with that, setting realistic goals. Instead of these huge, overwhelming ambitions, break things down. Really small, manageable steps. And this is important. Celebrate the progress. Each little step, not just the final win.
That makes so much sense. Less pressure, more momentum. And okay, in our digital age, this next one felt huge. Limiting screen and social media time came up again and again. Could be actual digital detox breaks, or even just consciously unfollowing accounts. The ones that leave you feeling not great. Curating your feed.
Exactly. Making your digital space work for you, not against you.
Yeah.
Which brings us towards the end, focusing on restoration and support, engaging in activities you enjoy. This is vital. Hobbies, art, music, journaling, or just quiet time in nature. It refills your mental cup, so to speak. These aren't luxuries, they're essential maintenance.
Refilling the cup. I like that.
And maybe the most crucial point, seeking professional help if needed. Therapy isn't just for crisis moments. It's a powerful tool for growth, support, clarity. Never hesitate to reach out to a counselor, psychologist, psychiatrist if you're struggling or even just want to enhance things.
Yeah, that's such an important message. Removing the stigma. So, wrapping this up for you, our listener, this deep dive into the 10 paths, it really shows that mental well-being, managing stress, it's not some mystery. It's achievable through practical, often simple daily actions. It's that shortcut to being well-informed on nurturing your own mind.
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe a final thought to mull over. What if you consistently integrated just one or two of these paths? Maybe one you've ignored or one that feels surprisingly doable right now. How might that create a really significant, maybe profound shift in your overall sense of well-being?
It shows the power of small choices.